Before I start a boxing workout on a heavy bag, I always do 1 to 3 rounds of shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is essentially you moving around out in an open space, throwing punches at the air. When I'm shadow boxing, I eventually want this to be as realistic as possible. So I'm always thinking about having good hand position, always thinking about using defense, which we didn't really go into. We're looking more of an offensive workout right now, and also moving my feet properly. The shadow boxing part of the workout is a very good chance for you to move around and really get loosened up and fire a lot of different punches. When I'm shadow boxing, first I'm concentrating on footwork. So for the first round, round number 1, and we're gonna do 3 rounds. Round number 1, I'm only moving my feet, feinting a little bit, and using a jab punch. All right, so I'm doing very little else outside of round 1. That's really my time to warm up. So it might look something like this. I'm moving around here, getting comfortable, my hands are up, stepping in, stepping out, checking my base, staying light on my feet also, bouncing around. And one thing to note too, when you're just starting out, don't move too much. When you're just starting out, move very little. Keep your movement very basic. Pop the jab out, jab, jab, move back. Sometimes I'll do a little side shuffle, a circle out, and reset myself. Jab, move around, bounce a little bit, jab, jab. Move in, move out, pivot step, jab, jab. Also checking my defense. Blocking my head, jab, jab, pivot off, moving a lot, okay? Just getting loose. And for now, while we're all quarantined, feel free to do whatever you want. We're really trying to work as much as we can and break a sweat, so feel free to mix it up and go outside of the technique a little bit here. Thinking about ducking, we didn't go into any head movement, but for more advanced, that's something that you want to add to round number 1, which is footwork and the jab. But the defense is always there. Another part of footwork, feints. Watch this feint. Step, step. Stepping with my front foot, feinting with my head as if I'm going to throw a punch. Jab, 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 jab. Double jabs always go 1, 2, see the elbow? Elbows in, elbows in. All right, so that's round 1. Just the footwork, just the jab, always working our defense and our feints throughout. Awesome, let's move on to round 2. Round 2, same thing, working our footwork, using the space as much as possible, but we're gonna be using our jab and our cross, which is your 1 and your 2. And you can put those together in as many patterns as you want. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So you can mix up those patterns. Really, you're not throwing, you're gonna really use that jab a lot still. That's the biggest punch you wanna use, that you wanna develop. That's your setup, that's your rangefinder, that's everything. All right, so round 2 will look a little something like this. Hands up, elbows in, always checking my defense, moving in, good base, moving out, pivot, here, still working the jab, and breathing. Breathing is important. Some examples of breath work could be this, ish, 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 ish. By breathing that power breath there, that keeps your abdomen and core very strong while expelling air so you have more energy. You have to be breathing out. So you have ish, or you have shh, like that. All right, so you're breathing out. Last form of breathing, ha, ha, ha. That's when I'm throwing more power strikes, become a little bit more vocal. You're hearing karate with a ki. But when I'm throwing power strikes, it becomes a little bit more ha, ha, ha. A little bit more sound, a little bit more voice and energy. Okay, so back to the 1, 2, jab. One, two, 1, 2, very little movement. 1, 2, 1, 2. Not running, not getting crazy, keep my base. Defense, footwork the whole time. So round 2, footwork, defense, adding the cross as well as the jab. In combination, working them in patterns. Good luck. Okay. Round 3 of the shadow boxing workout. I did 1 round 3 minutes of just jab, footwork. Second round 3 minutes of the jab, the cross, the 1, 2. with footwork and defense the whole time. Round 3 is going to be everything. So you can add all the punches, different patterns. You can add your knees and your kicks if you like. Be very careful as we pivot our foot on those kicks and knees so we're not twisting things up. Sometimes when a person throws a kick a little bit too powerful without hitting something, they don't rotate their foot enough and then twisting their knee up, okay? So round 3 is everything. Mixture bow. Combinations, 1, 2, 3. That's the most common. Moving around here. Maybe I go 2, 7. Always coiling back. 1, 2, 5. Coil back. Thinking about my defense the whole time. Jab, boom, kick. Right back to my stance. When you're throwing, pulling the kick back, jab, foot turns, boom. You can either pull your knee back or spin all the way through. Choice is yours. I generally like to leave it out. Jab, boom, and bring it back. Try to practice control and balance. 6, 3, 2. Movement here. Move out. 2, boom. Left low kick. Right knee. 2, 3. Left knee. Boom. 2, 3. Mixing it up. I'll add a little bit more piston action. A little more energy. Boom. See, as things are starting to get warmed up. Right knee. Hook. Double hook, very tough punches. Requires a lot of energy. Awesome, so round 3, mixing everything up, adding in all the strikes, all the footwork, everything we talked about. After this, we'll bring it on to our heavy back.